Life starts at 12% body fat. If you are over 12% body fat right now, you don't even know what you're missing out on. You do not know what you could be experiencing. You do not know how you could feel about yourself, the confidence you could have when you lift up your shirt and your waist is tight and you still see abs and you see ab veins coming up. Life starts at 12%. If you are above 12% and you've never been 12% or 10%, you are doing yourself a disservice. You are literally just living your life. You are living your life down here when you could be up here, and you could literally, your face will be leaner. Your face will be leaner. You'll have way more confidence talking to girls. You'll get more women. You'll have more confidence. Everything will go up with the amount of money you make, your confidence, how much money you make. Every single thing is going to just level up when you're 12% body fat. You'll have an ego boost. You'll have the confidence to do anything, and your willpower will just go up because you didn't think you could get that lean, and then when you actually did, you just think you could do anything now. Once you're that lean and you struggle to get there for so long, and once you're actually there, you think you could do anything, dude. And you really can. You could do anything that you set your mind to. But when you have a goal and you struggle so much and you've been working for it so much and you just wanted it that bad and you struggled so much to get there and you doubted yourself and you actually did it, like getting a 10-12% body fat after being like 20+% body fat, you think you could do anything and you feel like Superman because you didn't even think you could do it and you worked so hard to get there. And life only starts when you're actually lean. Nobody cares. It does not matter how much money you have if you're fat as shit. It doesn't matter what car you're driving if you get out and you're fat as shit. Nothing else matters. People judge you by just how you look. You could get out of a supercar, but if you're fat and ugly, nobody cares. Nobody cares. They just throw it off their shoulders. They want to see who's in the car. If you get out the car and you're jacked and lean, then people are like, oh shit. People are like, what does he do? They're actually impressed. But if you get out the car and you're fat, and if you're fat, people don't care. They're like, bro, he's still fat. What the fuck? People judge you just how you look. And you judge yourself by how you look too. How you look in the mirror is how you feel about yourself too. If you look in the mirror and you're fat and you tell yourself you want to get lean and you still keep eating the bullshit, how are you going to feel about yourself? Your self-confidence is going to go down the drain. You're not going to be able to think that you can do anything else, achieve any other big goal, because you can't even achieve the one where all you have to do is eat in a deficit and stay consistent. And it sounds way easier than it actually is. Sounds way easier than it actually is to do. But imagine, you say you want to get leaner. You say you want to get lean. You say you want to get in shape. You say you want to lose that last bit, that last layer of fat, but you can't even do it. What is your brain going to think about yourself? Your brain is going to think, why am I going to do anything? I say I'm going to go to the gym, but then I don't. Your brain isn't even going to believe in anything that you say you're going to do. You say you want to get rich. You say you want to be successful. You say you want to get jacked. You say you want to bench 225. You say you want to do a muscle up. You say you want to do all this other stuff, but you can't even stay consistent and do the little goal that you tell yourself you're going to do. What is your brain going to think about yourself? Your brain is going to think that you can't do anything that you tell yourself you're going to do. And that's the truth. But once you set a goal out that you think it's so unachievable, like getting that lean and like dieting for so long, and then you actually do it, then you think you can do anything, and you actually can do anything else because you get the confidence boost from that, because you get the actual proof. You get the proof that you are what you say you're going to do. You get the proof that you really are him. You get the proof that you really can do what you say you're going to do, no matter how hard it is, no matter how much failures you went through, no matter what it takes. You're willing to do whatever it takes to get there. That's how I felt when I was cutting. I literally thought it was impossible to get that lean. I thought it was impossible to get that lean. I never thought I would even get this lean. I even thought about giving up while I was cutting, because I was just getting so frustrated because I would stay consistent to the deficit, and then I would just eat whatever I wanted the next day, and the weight would just keep going up. The scale would just keep moving. Honestly, the last couple of weeks that I was cutting, the weight stayed the same, but I was still getting way more leaner because I was still getting stronger and losing fat at the same time. I don't even look at the scale anymore, honestly, when I'm cutting. It doesn't even matter that much if you know exactly what you're doing. But life starts at 12%. If you are not 12%, if you are over 12%, you are missing out on relationships, like women that you could get. You're missing out on opportunities, money opportunities, life-changing opportunities, because you could literally change your life just by how you look. Just by how you look. You'll get treated with more respect when you're not fat, when you're actually in shape. Literally, like where I work, at my job, everybody thinks I'm taking steroids. Everybody thinks I'm on steroids, taking steroids. I tell them I'm natural. They don't even believe me. They don't even fucking believe me, dude. They don't even believe me when I tell them I'm natural. Everybody thinks I'm just taking steroids. And it's the biggest compliment ever. But it's still, they just accuse me. They just think that I just fucking take steroids and boom, I just wake up like this. Like, I got ab veins, and then I can still bench 225 like for reps. And I'm the strongest I've ever been right now. I'm the leanest I've ever been. But guess what? If I was fat, if I wasn't 10 to 12% body fat right now, they would not say I'm taking steroids. They would just say, oh, he's just big because he's fat. That's the thing. People respect you more because you're actually in shape. Even if you don't have that much muscle, literally just being lean, you get respected way more than if somebody who's fat. You look at somebody who's fat, you instantly judge them and you instantly say, oh, they're lazy, they don't have any discipline. They're lazy, they're a fat piece of shit. That's instantly what you think. Think about how people are seeing you. Think about it. When you're in shape, people respect you way more. And you really gotta, you only realize that truly when you actually go from being fat to being lean. That's when you actually realize that. If I was super fat, people would not think I'm taking steroids. But since I'm actually lean and you could actually see the definition, you actually see that I have muscle, people think I'm taking steroids. And it's funny to me, honestly. Because I don't think I'm that big, honestly. But if you are over 12%, you need to cut instantly. And if you've never been there before, if you're on a bulk, whatever, but do not cope and actually realize that you need to get lean first and then start the bulk. Because if you just start the bulk, if you start the bulk over 12% body fat, then you're just going to get super fat really quick. Cut first, get lean, then start the bulk. Life only starts at 12%. You need to realize, and honestly, you're only going to get to that level if you're really obsessed and you really want it that bad and you really hate how you look. You have to hate it bad enough and you have to want the other side, the benefits, that bad. If you don't hate how you look, you aren't going to do it. You're not going to do what it takes. And you have to truly be unsatisfied with where you are for you to actually get there. That's for you to decide if you really want it that bad, and if you're really truly uncomfortable with where you are. But that's why it's literally rarer for somebody to have a six-pack than for somebody to be a millionaire. There are less people who have six-packs than people who are millionaires. It's more rarer for you to have a six-pack than for you to be a millionaire. Think about it. Like, me having a six-pack is more rare than someone being a millionaire. A millionaire could just he could have just gotten lucky. He could still be just fat and out of shape. He could have just got lucky with some meme coin, then boom, now he has millions of dollars. But for somebody to have a six-pack, for somebody to be 10 to 12% body fat with ab veins, dude, and actually have muscle, nobody gets there by accident. Nobody gets there by accident. There is no luck involved. You can't buy your way there. I mean, you could buy steroids, but you still have to go to the gym and you still have to put in the work. You can't buy your way there. You can only earn it. And that's why people respect it so much more. That's why people treat you different. That's why people respect you, because people know what it took for you to get there, and they know that you're disciplined, and you know that you are willing to do what it takes, no matter how you felt, no matter when you didn't feel like going to the gym, no matter when you didn't feel like eating those calories, no matter when you didn't feel like doing that cardio. That's why they respect you more, because they know that they can count on you and they respect you. And it's up to you. You're only going to get there if you're truly unsatisfied and hate where you are. But I'm making this video because I've experienced it, from being 20+% body fat to now 10 to 12%, and life is completely different. Life is so much better when you're actually lean. Like lifting up your shirt and your waist is tight and you have abs and you see ab veins, and then also being strong in the gym, and also having muscle and being strong, and people saying that you're taking steroids. People think that I'm taking steroids. Even my friends think I'm taking steroids. People at work, almost everybody thinks I'm taking steroids at work, and it's amazing. I feel like Superman, and I want everybody else to experience this, because some people die without ever getting to 10 to 12%, and life is just so much better when you're actually that lean, and you're only gonna realize it when you actually get there. So hopefully you realize that life truly starts at 12%, and because I'm making this video because I'm realizing that right now. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one.